Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is a space where we go deep into the mind game of trading, not just strategies, but the psychology behind them, the practical tools you can actually use, and the emotional insights that every serious trader needs. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about something that every trader feels, but very few people actually talk about. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like, even when you're surrounded by people, you still feel completely alone as a trader? You might be in trading groups, talking about the markets, even sitting with your family. But deep inside, there's this strange emptiness, like no one really understands what you're going through. You smile, you talk, you analyze charts, but inside, there's a voice that keeps asking, am I alone in this journey? And here's the truth, this isn't just your experience. This is something almost every serious trader goes through. Because trading is a very different path. There's no boss, no team, no one to share your decisions with. It's just you, your charts, and your emotions. Think about this. You've had 3 losing days in a row. Someone at home asks, you seem a bit stressed today. And you just smile and say, no, I'm fine. Why? Because you know, they probably won't understand what it feels like when your stop loss gets hit, or how it feels when one bad trade shakes your confidence. Now what you're feeling here, it's not just loneliness. It's something deeper. It's called psychological disconnection, and more specifically, a lack of psychological visibility. It means people can see you from the outside, but they can't truly understand what's going on inside you. So in today's video, we'll break this down. What exactly is psychological visibility? How does it affect your trading mindset? We'll look at real-life examples, and most importantly, how you can actually fix it. So guys, psychological visibility is that feeling when someone truly sees you. Not just on the surface, but they understand your emotions, your thinking, your intentions. It's that moment when someone says, I get why you did this, and I see your effort. I see what you're trying to do. That's psychological visibility. It's not just about having people around you. It's about being understood at a deeper level. But now imagine the opposite. You're putting in real effort into trading. You're trying to improve. And someone casually says, are you still doing trading? Or, this is not for you. Or, why do you keep making the same mistakes? In that moment, even if people are around you, you feel emotionally invisible. Like no one really sees your struggle. So understand this. Psychological visibility is a powerful thing. It pulls you out of that loneliness and gives you confidence. And this one thing can completely change your trading and your life. Because trading is not just about making money. It's a mirror. It shows you who you really are. Your patience, your confidence, your discipline, your fears, and even your hidden habits. When you enter a trade, you're not just risking money. You're putting your thoughts, your experience, your belief on the line. And then, someone who doesn't even understand your journey just says in one line, this is not for you. That doesn't just question your strategy. It hits you personally. You start thinking, am I really capable of this? Does anyone even see how hard I'm trying? Every negative comment leaves a small crack, and over time that crack goes deeper. But here's the truth. Sometimes, all you need is one real voice, one person, or even one belief that tells you, I see you. I see that you're not giving up. I see that you're learning every single day. And that is what separates you from everyone else. Now, let's understand this with a couple of real trading situations. Example 1. Imagine this. You waited the whole day for a clean setup. Finally, you enter a trade. Everything aligned perfectly with your plan. Your risk was defined. Your entry was clear. You followed your rules. But still, the market reverses and you take a loss. Now at that moment, someone experienced tells you, your execution was solid. You respected your rules. This loss doesn't define you. Your process does. Keep doing this. You're on the right track. Now just pause for a second. How does that make you feel? You feel calm. You feel respected. You feel like what you're doing actually matters. That's confidence. That's trust in your process. And that is psychological visibility. When someone doesn't judge you only by the outcome, but understands your thinking, your discipline, your intent. Now let's look at the other side. Example 2. Same situation. You followed your plan, you took the trade, and it didn't work. But this time, someone says, see, this is why people fail in trading. You're just wasting your time. You don't have what it takes. And suddenly, everything changes. You start shrinking inside. You question yourself. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this isn't for me. And in that state, two things usually happen. Either you become afraid. You hesitate to take the next trade. Even when the setup is perfect, you freeze. Or you go the opposite way. You jump into the next trade emotionally, trying to prove something to yourself or to others. And both paths lead to the same place, loss. That's why Brett Steenbarger says, if you want to become a better trader, you have to become your own best coach. So ask yourself honestly, when you make a mistake, what do you say to yourself? Do you say, I'm stupid, I always mess this up, I'll never get this right? That's not a coach. That's your inner critic. And that voice destroys confidence. A real inner coach is different. It doesn't shout at you. It understands you. It sees your fatigue, your stress, your confusion, and still guides you forward. A good inner coach doesn't just show you the right path. It understands why you went off track in the first place. It never tells you to quit. It teaches you how to stand up again. So next time you make a mistake, pause and say this to yourself. Okay, I broke my rule today. Maybe I was tired, maybe I was distracted, but this doesn't define who I am. I'm still learning, and I will do better next time. I'll reset and follow my process again. That is psychological visibility, not from others, but from yourself. When you stop attacking yourself and start understanding yourself. When your inner voice doesn't break you, but builds you. And when you can say, yes, I made a mistake today. But this mistake is not making me weaker. It's making me stronger. Now, there's one more powerful idea that can completely change the way you trade. Brett Steenbarger explains it in a very simple way. He says most traders unknowingly trade with fear-based goals instead of focusing on strength-based goals. And this one shift can change everything. Let me show you what I mean. Just imagine your morning. You wake up and the very first thought in your mind is, please, just don't let me lose today. From the moment your day starts, your mind is already filled with fear. Your mind starts replaying all the things that could go wrong, the mistakes you might make, the losses you might take. And without even realizing it, you begin to hold yourself back. You hesitate, you overthink, and you start playing small. That's how fear controls your trading. Now imagine a different morning. You wake up, take a breath, and say to yourself, today, I will only take clear, high-quality setups. I will respect my stop-loss. I will stay patient and follow my system. Now feel the difference. Your mind is not reacting to fear anymore. It's moving towards clarity. You're not trying to avoid losing. You're trying to trade better. And that's the shift. But here's the real question. How do you actually build this mindset? How do you train your mind to support you instead of working against you? The answer is simple. Your trading journal. Not just a notebook, but your most honest mirror and your most real mentor. Because if you're not journaling, your inner coach stays silent. And when your inner coach is silent, your emotions take control. A real trading journal is not just about writing profits and losses. It's about understanding yourself. Every day, ask yourself, what did I do right today? Where did my emotions interfere? What can I improve tomorrow? And once a week, take just 5 minutes. Go back and read your own words. You'll start noticing patterns. How many times did you support yourself? And how many times did you blame yourself? Because that pattern will tell you everything. Is your inner voice helping you grow or silently breaking you? Remember this. The trader who listens to himself daily is the one who understands the market clearly. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you going to the gym every single day. You show up, you push your limits, and you genuinely try to improve. But your trainer never says a word. No feedback, no correction, no appreciation. At first, you think maybe he's just observing. But after a few days, that silence starts to feel heavy. You begin to doubt yourself. Am I even doing this right? Does my effort even matter? Maybe I'm just not good enough. And slowly your motivation starts dropping. One day, you just stop showing up. That's exactly what happens in trading when your inner coach goes silent. Your emotions take over without any guidance. And when that happens, you either start taking too many trades without thinking clearly, or you jump into the next trade just to recover your loss, and slowly you begin to doubt yourself more and more. That's why your inner coach needs to be active. It should speak to you daily, guide you, and understand you. And the only way to build that voice is through an honest trading journal. Because the truth is, you don't need 100 people to believe in you. You just need one voice that stays with you. After every loss, after every mistake, after every trade, and that voice can be your own. Stop making yourself invisible. Start becoming your own support system. Build an inner voice that doesn't attack you for mistakes, but understands you. That doesn't spread fear, but builds trust. Be your own best coach. Be your own strongest ally. Because the moment you truly start seeing yourself, that's where real growth begins. So guys, if there's one thing you should take from this lesson, it's this. Trading is not just about what you do in the market. It's about how you treat yourself after every trade. Because in the end, your biggest support system or your biggest enemy is your own inner voice. So start paying attention to it. Start building it. Start becoming the kind of person who doesn't break under pressure, but learns, adapts, and grows. And if this lesson made you think, if you felt even a small shift in your mindset, then make sure to like the video. Because honestly, your support is what keeps me motivated to create more content like this for you. And if you're serious about improving your trading mindset, then subscribe to the channel and be part of this journey. Because in this series, we're not just learning trading, we're becoming better traders, step by step. I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, stay patient, stay disciplined, and keep working on yourself.